Well, good morning. It's off to a great start this morning. We got the boat hooked up. We don't have any breakfast. I don't have any milk. Don't have a whole lot good going for me this morning. I got this flashy little light. He's a little flashy. Anyway, it's the second tournament of the Morristown Marine. Our first tournament, it rained about, 7 foot, so I didn't get to film a whole lot during this deal. But headed over to Norris today. Went over there Sunday. We got some pre-spawn deal going on over there, but water's still cold. Water's clear. Takes forever to warm up, and I don't know. We'll see what happens. Me and this place, we don't really get along very well, but I think I got some fish found. Maybe some places where some more fish are coming. I think we're boat 43 Saturday, so we've got, today's Thursday, we got Friday, and then Saturday, of course, the tournament. Probably gonna make about a 40-minute run or so during the tournament, so a little mustard on that biscuit there, you know what I'm saying? Oh yeah.
I'm the landscape you need to see. You're the honest I'll ever be. I'm so sorry I never stayed. Overreact and just walk away. Take me back to the place.
Well, we've made it out here to Norris. Water temp's 51. Air temperature about 35. It's supposed to warm up pretty nice today. It's supposed to get up to about 70. So these banks ought to warm up. The water's super clear, but we'll see. We'll come up in here later, fish a little bit shallower when it warms up some. For now, we're going to start in this little pea gravel point here. Maybe try to target some smallmouth or something first thing this morning. Well, we started out cranking that little point right there. Seen some surface activity. We tried a couple different top waters. Threw a long A. I didn't have the one that I would like to have thrown. I don't know where it is. It must be at my house, whatever. I guess that means it pays off to be prepared, know what you might do. But anyway, we're gonna go. I tied up a couple different things. A couple more crankbaits. We're gonna do a little flipping. We're just gonna run around like a bunch of madmen. I mean, I got a little idea of some stuff going on, but we need a plan A, B, C, and D on this place. So far, we've had one about 4-pounder on a crankbait, on a little square bill, a little Spro, Little John, and caught a couple on a jig. Checking out some of these real shallow pockets now, but we've been focusing more on like the channel swing banks, the steeper stuff leading up into the creeks. I've caught a couple on the flats, but they've all been small. So, all right, guys, we've been fishing around a lot today. I had one really good one earlier on a crankbait that come off, and I've been targeting the steep channel swing banks leading back into the spawning pockets. So like, not the main lake stuff, but anyway, we just caught one. Let's show you. Oh, Big Daddy. And right there, baby. That's a good one. I'm gonna go ahead and put him back. I just put him in the live well long enough to get this video, but he's about a 3.5. Caught him on that red Spro. Well, good morning, guys. We're back out here on day 2 of our little practice. Put in at the same place. I think today we're gonna kind of ease on out of this creek a little bit and see if we can't find some smallmouth. We got bit yesterday on a swim bait some, so we'll go out there and throw it around a little bit and see if we can figure anything out. But
mind and body just can't agree on what I should do when I don't feel free. You're not holding me back, I know. We're young and we never take things slow. I lose my self-restraint. I think we're done, then you had more pain. I calm down and watch it.
Caught my fair share of those today. Flipping a Strike King structure bug, watermelon red. I've been getting several bites on it, but I've not flipped a whole lot. But I thought I got kicked about a 3-pounder earlier flipping, so why not continue? And back to the crankbait. This is what our tournament's going to be like all day tomorrow. Flip, crank. Flip, crank. We've been sitting here in the back of this pocket. I found some more schooling fish. Sat here and threw everything at them. I threw Alabama rig, I threw a little swim bait, threw all kinds of stuff, never could get bit. Finally I changed it up. Put a little white grub on there. And he wanted the old white grub. Done, dude. Wrong species, but well, got a little midday update here. I don't know, I kind of dedicated myself today to catching smallmouth, and I finally have figured out some smallmouth. These little chunky, rocky, pea gravelly points, typical springtime. You know, they're on them. Caught 3 big ones, but they were short, so they got to be 18, and I've caught a 17 and 2 16.5s.
Mono Derek coming at you live from North Lake, Marshtown Marine Trail 2019. Pulled up on the first spot. We're gonna whack them and stack them today, boys. This is the kind of stuff we're fishing right here. You got red clay bank, transitioning to chunk rock, bluff walls, and a lot of laydowns up there.
Memory low. Midday update. We got 1 big one, 1 keeper. So we got 2 keepers. We caught about 400 baby smallmouth. They're actually 17 inches and 3 pounds, but they have to be 18 inches, so we can't keep them. We got Derek driving, idling out of this 14-mile long creek. So yeah, the 2019 North Lake Morristown Marine Tournament went to hell. Didn't really go like we intended it to. We caught a lot of fish in practice. Was on a pretty good pattern. Actually, we were on a couple of patterns, and you know what we were doing? We were just throwing a square bill. I mean, nothing fancy. Throwing a red square bill.
I did throw a lot of different red crankbaits, and the one I was getting most of my consistent bites on was this little Spro, the Little John, and that guy right there. I mean, you can tell it is absolutely chewed up. I caught so many fish on this bait. We caught some on a 3.8 Kitech, also just 1/8 ounce head. But nothing big. That was the problem. Like, we kept catching. We caught a ton of fish. Like, I don't know how many we caught. Probably 30, maybe more. But we caught a ton. And the problem over there is you can catch 50 smallmouth a day, and only 2 of them will be keepers because they're all like 17 inches. They have to be 18 before you can keep them. So we ran into that a lot. I really wasn't targeting smallmouth that much because I knew that. I hadn't caught, in 2 days of practice, I did not catch a keeper smallmouth. So, but I was targeting largemouth. Well, here is where I made my mistake. I went to a area of the lake I'd never been to. So if you don't know anything about Norris, you've basically got the Clinch River that comes in one side, and you've got the Powell River that comes in another side. They all meet somewhere in the middle, and it's a huge lake. So I fished the Powell side. I'd never really fished it before. I usually fish the Clinch just because it's closer. But what I did was I fished one of the more popular creeks on the Powell. We stopped on our first spot. We was, going to catch some schooling fish. They weren't doing anything. The wind picked up so much. I mean, they're just non-existent. So we actually left there after about 15 or 20 minutes and ran up to the creek. And I mean, first thing we get in there, I hit my first spot. I catch a 3-pounder. I make 2 or 3 more casts. I catch a 2-pounder. So I mean, it was definitely good. But then we get on into the creek, and man, the 150 boats that I heard going by us that morning all went to that creek. So that was our first mistake. We went to the most popular creek, and we shouldn't have. We should have went somewhere else. The rest of the day, we spent most of our time flipping a Strut King structure bug with a 1/8 ounce tungsten weight. My partner caught one of the only keeper smallmouth that we caught. He caught it on a bandit, just a red and black bandit, 200. I don't know, that was just all we could get on. We couldn't get on anything else, so we did what we could do. We tried our hardest. We tried to adjust. We did several other things throughout the day and just couldn't get the bites. And it is what it is. I mean, you can't always catch them. Somebody's going to, but it's not always going to be you. But we had a good time. Appreciate Morristown Marine for putting on those tournaments. Lots of people around here fish them. It's a really good tournament trail. They're under new ownership. He's a really good dude. They put on a really good tournament, so I appreciate them. And I don't know, I mean, we got South Holston Lake coming up here in 3 weeks, so we'll be doing the same thing for it, a little practice vlog, and hopefully a little better finish than we did on Norris. So, but anyway, I appreciate you guys watching. Leave some comments below. Let me know what you think of the videos. I know a lot of people are doing this. It is what it is, but the way I look at it, you can never get enough information. No matter how much stuff people put out, there's always something different that everybody does. You know what I'm saying? So never quit watching. I mean, watch everybody, because you can learn something from everybody. I mean, I'm just a firm believer in that. But yeah, just leave comments below. Subscribe to my page. I really appreciate that. I think as of right now I have a total of 12, which is, hey, 12's better than 0. We'll take it. But anyway, I appreciate you guys watching, and we will see you at South Holston in 3 weeks. Later.